In the world of rock festivals, stepping onto the stage isn't just about playing music. It's a battle for dominance. A true rock show isn't just performed. It's unleashed with such force that the audience is left in awe, and every band scheduled after you is left questioning whether they can even follow. Dave Grohl understood this from early on. Even before Foo Fighters filled stadiums with euphoric anthems and wild energy. Today he treats every performance like a giant rock and roll party. But back in the day, he watched bands crash and burn when they couldn't rise to the occasion. When Grohl started drumming with the hardcore punk band Scream, it wasn't about showmanship or competition. It was about heart. The punk scene thrived on raw energy and emotional authenticity. If the audience could see your passion, that was enough. That very fire is what eventually caught the eye and ear of Kurt Cobain, leading Grohl to a place in Nirvana, one of the most influential bands in rock history. But Nirvana was never built to be a traditional rock band. They were chaotic, unpredictable, and at times self-sabotaging. One night they'd deliver a transcendent live performance, the next might be a glorious train wreck. But that volatility became part of their legend. They weren't trying to fit in with stadium giants like Guns N' Roses or Metallica. In fact, they rebelled against that very mold, sometimes openly mocking the rock machine, whether through Cobain's distorted renditions of songs he didn't care for, or through the violent destruction of instruments mid-show. While Grohl embraced the madness, he never lost his deep respect for the magic of a truly great rock performance. He grew up idolizing the giants, bands like Led Zeppelin, and understood what it meant to command a stage. One of the most unforgettable shows he ever attended was the Monsters of Rock Festival, where he saw Van Halen and the Scorpions perform. Grohl was 19, and it was his first real rock concert. The Scorpions, he later recalled, kicked ass. Van Halen, on the other hand, at least the Sammy Hagar version, left him underwhelmed. In his words, they were just kinda crusty. That assessment wasn't just about preference. It reflected the state of the bands at the time. Van Halen, during their OU 812 era, was fractured and losing edge. Meanwhile, the Scorpions were a well-oiled machine, about to join Roger Waters for a performance of The Wall in Berlin. Their stage presence was undeniable, their execution flawless. Albums like Blackout weren't just records, they were statements of power, delivered by a band that didn't need to warm up. They arrived ready to dominate. For Grohl, that night was more than a concert. It was a revelation. It taught him that beyond chaos, beyond rebellion, there was still room for discipline, precision, and presence. It's this mix of punk passion and arena-level mastery that has defined Dave Grohl's own journey ever since. And that balance may be the secret behind the enduring fire of Foo Fighters.